yesterday was the Rhino Run, which is a motorcycle rally. Apparently, it's the first time in the United States that a rally of this type is taking place. Similar to an auto rally that's very popular in Europe. They give you a set of instructions. You can see that it's turn-by-turn directions with telling you the average speed to go and how far it is between points. Besides printing this out, which I recommend, I also, I know this won't turn out, printed out a map, and I was kind of concerned about, reading this stuff, and then timing was very critical. So how do I change pages without losing time? So I decided I'll just memorize it. So at one point, I forgot a step and turned the wrong way, which knocked about 2 miles off of the total distance, and which put me about 2 minutes ahead. At the last checkpoint, at the first 3 checkpoints, you're penalized 1 point a minute if you're late, and 2 points a minute if you're early. Well, I blew it at the first checkpoint. I turned down the wrong street, and then I had to find a checkpoint. So as the riders went out 1 minute, the second rider caught up to me. I was the first one out. So I'm flustered that I'm losing time and gaining points, because a perfect score would be 0. So what I didn't know was you can't make that time up. So if you're a couple minutes late to the first checkpoint, then you got to be a couple minutes late to every checkpoint after that. Otherwise, they know you've been speeding. And the whole purpose of this rally was to promote motorcycle safety. The reason I'm going through this explanation ahead of time is I'll show you some pictures, some footage that I got. But I was still having problems with that new GoPro. Even at 720p, sometimes I would get motion, and sometimes I'd get a series of distinct pictures. So it's either the SD card or the camera. I'll go through the SD card in it and see how it performs. Time is getting critical before I leave for Canada, so I may be using the old GoPro. And the problem with my other cameras is that if you turn them on, they don't use them, they shut off after a couple of minutes. And so I was doing a whole bunch of shooting with the camera off. But anyway, there were only 13 riders show up. It's first year for it. Sponsored by Plattsmouth Main Street Association and Black Rhino Publishing in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. That's the name of the Rhino Run. We all got some cool plates and a patch. So, I was really flustered, and that's probably why at the first checkpoint. So that's probably why I forgot the one step, because it was on the second page of the instructions. So the winner had 75 points. The loser, the guy in last place, had I think 750 points. I had 275 points, making me number 7 of 13. And 240 of those points were that I was, because I missed a couple of miles, I was 2 minutes ahead at 2 points a second. So if it wasn't for that blunder, I probably would have only had somewhere around 35 points. But it was just a great time, and anybody in the Omaha area next year will be looking for it, because it was a great deal of fun. Met a lot of nice people. They had several events there. As you guys local here know, last year we lost 4 motorcyclists to a drunk driver just north of Counts Bluffs area, and they did a nice tribute to those 4. They also lost a rider last week. And then they had 10 parachutists come down. This started and ended at Plattsmouth Airport, so there was a lot of room for bikes. So the parachutists came down. Actually, the camera was off and I was filming them. But the weather yesterday, even as of yesterday morning, was supposed to be real rainy, on and off during the day. It turned out just to be a perfect day. It was just a lot of fun. So let's go take a look at some of the action.
On that side.
all four brothers were enjoying what many may take for granted, freedom. But freedom can have a dark side. A dark side that allowed one person's freedom of choice to end with tragic results. Results that have forever taken our brothers from our midst. This honor ceremony symbolizes that although they continue to ride throughout the heavens, they are still with us here in spirit. I'd like to explain the meaning of the items on the special table. The table is round to show our everlasting remembrance of our fallen brothers. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when they answered the call to the duty of community, state, and nation. A single rose displayed in the base reminds us of the life of each of our fallen brothers, their loved ones, and friends. The base is tied with a red ribbon, symbol of our continued determination to preserve the memories of how each one touched our lives. A pinch of salt. Symbolizes the tears endured by their families and friends who seek souls. The Bible represents the spring pain through faith, saying all of those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God. The glass is inverted to symbolize our inability to share in today's gathering. The chairs are empty. They are no longer with us. Let us now take a moment for our fallen forward. It's Cheney, Steve Pittsburgh, Dale Haskell, Jay Bach. Thank you.
In the 9th spot.
Most of them followed the instructions. One or two maybe strayed from the road a little bit. None of them were caught in bars along the way. That's a good thing.
Got away with that.
And we would first, of course, like to thank all the volunteers and the safety folks out there for helping, and especially Mr. Terry Tilson, our main organizer. So, Terry, thank you to your entire crew. And, of course, the lower point wins. In third place, that's what I said, third place. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. Third place, the smallest of the 3 trophies there. Any other clarification, Charles? Okay. With 134 points, third place is Joe Moorhead. In second place, 2, the medium-sized trophy. Those are great-looking trophies. The Speed Distance Safety Rally. With 124 points, Francis Geiger. Second place. Anyway, in first place, with only 70 points, Dylan Spencer.